Hello, everybody. Welcome to my first ever live chat session. And very soon, we're going to be joined by none other than Julina Carlano from the United States. And before she joins us, I'd just like to give you a brief introduction about her for those who don't know her. So Jelena is a huge personality for us belly dancers, for the community, because of her contribution to the field of belly dance, and she's been in the industry for about 30 years now. And she's a dancer, performer, artistic director, producer, and I mean she is absolutely multi-talented, and she's a multi-award winner, and she teaches and performs all over the world. Her productions are absolutely amazing. Her team travels all around the world to showcase a huge variety of belly dance genres, and I'm super excited to be hosting my first ever live chat with her. I've never done an interview with anybody before, so I'm super nervous, and I hope y'all will get inspired at the end of this little session. And yeah, okay. I'm just gonna, until we wait for Jelena to join us, I'd also like to tell you that Jelena is I'm hosting a workshop of Jelena's this Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Indian Standard Time. And she's going to be teaching a drum solo choreography for on Zoom. This is going to be hosted by me on the Zoom application. And those who haven't yet signed up, please go to my website, payalsdanceacademy.com, and sign up as soon as possible. Her workshop is actually a bonus workshop, which marks the end of an entire online series of workshops by international artists. And obviously we had to save the best for the last, because Jelena is such a huge inspiration for me. So yay, Jelena is here. Let's I think it's about 9 a.m. for Jelena. Hi.
Hi. Good morning. Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, good morning for you and good evening for us.
Yeah.
How are you, Jelena?
Good. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning here in Los Angeles, and just waking up and getting my day started. Yeah. How are you? I'm
Amazing.
so
I'm good too.
excited to meet you. Since we started connecting, I've been following you and your
Oh,
school, and your teachers as well. You've really produced a lot of good belly dancers on that side of the globe. So I want to
thank
congratulate
you.
you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. And I must say that I'm extremely nervous. I haven't ever interviewed anybody before, and I don't know what I was thinking. I must be out of my mind to actually, start with you, because you are such a huge inspiration for me. And
Oh,
I
thank
told
you.
myself that no one can do this except for me. So I want to do it, um, with Jelena, and I'm super excited that you're here.
Just, grab some tea, grab some coffee, and we're just,
Yes.
getting a cup of coffee together. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
really
yeah.
fun.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. So I was also watching the interview you had, I think, couple of days before with Shannon, and thank you for
Yes.
mentioning me in that interview towards the end. That was really, I mean, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I think
So,
some of your dancers were tuning in and were asking questions.
yes, yes,
I
yes, I
think a
saw that.
dancer from your Damini,
Damini, yes,
Damini. Yeah.
I
So
saw that you mentioned her, and she's going to be at the workshop this Sunday.
awesome. Great.
Yeah,
I'm looking
yeah.
forward to that.
yeah, looking forward to that. Yay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So, Jelena, it's going to be a very casual question and answer. I just want to be, I want to introduce you more and more to everybody in the Indian community because I believe they probably only have seen you in, YouTube videos and
Right.
they really don't know a lot of background. And I'm also letting the audiences know that whoever's watching, if you'd like to ask us a question at any point of time, just drop in a question and we'll feel free to, we'll be happy to answer it. So, Jelena, just let's start with knowing about you as how you started belly dancing and how it began for you with this dance form. I know that you were a hip hop dancer. You started off with hip hop, and yeah. So how did belly dancing happen to you?
Well, I was always trying new things. I was a dancer, and I would try flamenco and salsa, and different types of cultural dances. I was obviously born and raised in Los Angeles. I was doing Western dance, hip hop, jazz, contemporary,
Right.
and I saw an advertising for a belly dance class, and I tried it. And I have to be honest, it was really like, this is something I always say, love it for shimmy. I walked into
Okay.
the class and, especially my body type, I'm not really tall or super skinny. So when I used to go to ballet classes, and of course I went because I wanted to be a strong dancer, I wanted to have a good foundation. I never felt like I fit in. I never felt like my body looked like the other girls in class.
Right.
And it was hard for my confidence, but I kept showing up. When you
Okay.
get to know me, it's like that's my motto. You just keep showing up.
Right.
So when I got there and I realized, oh, that my hips are going to be an asset, and my body felt that I really moved very naturally this way. So of course, with years and years of training, but from the first moment, I felt very connected to it physically. My body
Okay.
just really it felt like something very natural to me, and I just
Right.
pursued it. I got really obsessed with it. Once I discovered it, there was no stopping me from that moment. I was obsessed, and I wanted to get to the advanced class, and the teacher wouldn't let me in and so I started taking privates from one of the other advanced students. I would go to her house to get the
Oh,
training, so the teacher would let me into the more advanced classes. So it was a fight, but I'm so glad I kept showing up.
amazing. I mean, obsession is important. I
Yeah,
think dancers should be obsessed. Anybody who is in this creative field, it's good to have an obsession,
yeah,
to be constantly at it and to keep producing and to keep working. It's really important for growth, I feel.
yeah,
So I'm so
absolutely.
happy to hear that. Awesome. And how did BDE happen? How did I know prior to BDE you were a part of the Belly Dance Superstars
Yeah,
and
so yeah,
right.
after I sort of became obsessed with it. I started traveling to Egypt once a year to really train and study, and that was like an awakening for me. Just having a deeper understanding of the culture, the history, the music. It was a really a great education for me. And then I came home. I would come home, and do gig after gig, and then I started my first dance company, the Sahlala Dancers.
Right.
And
Right.
then we were doing the corporate gigs and the weddings and all the like the top Middle Eastern clubs and restaurants, and that gave me a tremendous experience as a director, as a choreographer, as a teacher, to
Right.
work with a group. So when I met Miles Copeland from the Belly Dance Superstars, and he was
Yeah.
looking for an artistic director and a main choreographer, I really had something to show. I had this group. So
Right.
he hired me, and I worked with them for 7 years. We traveled all over the world. We did over 700 shows, and it
Right.
was it was such a wonderful learning experience. It was really hard. I'm not going to lie. It was really tough. I mean, if you don't know who Miles Copeland is, he's the brother of Stuart Copeland, who's a famous rock and roll musician from the Police, the band Police.
Right.
So
Yes.
some of the venues that he got for us in the beginning, they were rock and roll venues. The
Okay.
stage was meant for a rock and roll, like 4 musicians, not 15 belly dancers. So it
Okay.
was a lot of challenges, but from the years of gigging, we call it gigging, gigging with my group, you'd go to this wedding and this event and this event, and you're constantly adapting. You walk into the room, you hand somebody the music, and you look at the stage as you're going and you make a plan. All right, it's a huge space, it's a small space. So it gave me a lot of experience and prepared me for the Belly
Right.
Dance Superstars, and
Wow.
working with great talented dancers there, obviously. Um, and then from that point, after I left that, I needed something new. I needed a new chapter. I needed to reinvent myself in a way and come up
Right.
with a new format, because that format was just basically like a showcase. Like, okay, we're
Hmm.
going to do a society, we're going to do a belly dance, we're going to do tribal. And then I wanted to have a storyline. So that's how BDE, Belly Dance Evolution, started. We started, all of our shows have a storyline.
Right.
And our current show, the show I just produced a few months ago, right before the pandemic, or sort of during the pandemic, if you will, The Jungle Book. So that's
Jungle
our
Book.
latest production. And I've been doing that, we're going on 11 years now.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my God.
exciting.
I can't even imagine what it must have been. I mean, I've been organizing, workshops and events and stuff like that, and it takes the life out of me to just organize festivals and get the work done. So I can't even imagine. I remember you saying in, I think, Shannon's interview that, I think it was with Juicy. I don't really remember that you also carry your costumes and everybody's, props, and there's so much work that goes into it, and sometimes we just don't really understand. We don't really understand the scale and the, how big it is when we just see it as an audience. But I'm sure it's a
Yeah, you
big
just see the
deal.
final product. But I think,
Yeah,
Kayal, as a producer of an event, or you have a school, you have some idea how much time you have to rehearse the choreography, prepare the costumes, editing the
exactly.
music. Like, I spent hours just with organizing the music, like
Right,
every detail. So one thing about me that you'll start to learn is I'm very detail oriented, and I think
hmm,
that's part of my recipe for success is
mm,
the last detail is always important for me.
right,
Every detail is so important, and that's what kind of I think has helped me to keep leveling up. I keep learning every production. I learn something new and I apply it. I learn, okay, I got to pay attention to this detail. But I
right,
think the unique thing that I one of the unique things from Belly Dance Superstars to Belly Dance Evolution is Belly Dance Superstars was one group of dancers in one part of the globe. And my
okay,
inspiration as I was traveling around doing workshops with hundreds and thousands of dancers, I was seeing like, wow, top talent. And a lot of the
right,
dancers came to me and said, how can I be in the Belly Dance Superstars? And it's like, well, the percentage to get in was very low because it's one company, a small group of girls in one part of the world. So that's when I
right,
started doing the international casting. So each time I travel around the globe, I give like local dancers and the top dancers in that area an opportunity to dance and train with us. So I bring in
right,
a small group of my cast, and then I do the casting sort of, we call it locally, but dancers from all over the globe join in, and
okay,
it's not only been, I think, as a service to the local community that I come in and train them and I share everything I have, but for me as a gift, I get to work with some of the top dancers around the globe. Like, how lucky
absolutely.
for me as a director. And it's been a really wonderful exchange, a cultural exchange, a dance exchange, a learning exchange.
Right. Oh my God, that's amazing. I was just looking at some of the old videos of BDE, and I was like, oh my God, is that Badria? Oh my God, is that Jamila? Oh my God, is that Sylvia? And
Right?
you know,
Yeah, I've
I
had
was
the
like,
greats.
amazing dancers were a part of this show, and it's so inspiring. And everybody automatically, I'm like, okay, I want to be a part of it someday. So,
Come
yeah,
on.
one
You
of
know,
our
actually, I want to mention one dancer because she's part of the workshop this weekend, Lenka Badria from
yes,
Czech Republic. I met her, oh my God, must have been more than 15 years ago when she was just a baby belly dancer. And
yes,
I've watched her grow and become a star, become an educator, become an instructor. She's danced. She started as a troupe member and danced all the way to the principal lead roles. She was our Cheshire Cat, and
Oh,
it's been so wonderful to be a part of that journey with her. And
right.
you know, she's done the hard work. Like, I want to give her the credit, but to have a little touch and be on that path with her has been such a joy to see that. And I know that you, as a leader and director and teacher, I think it's the best gift when you see the success of your students. That is the
Absolutely,
best reward.
absolutely. That's so
So
true.
when I saw her on the list, like, hey, we're teaching side by side, like, how exciting. I'm so honored. And she is gifted. Do not miss her class. She has so much knowledge. You know, she's
Absolutely.
really, I also invited her to teach at my festival. When
Oh, wow.
I did an intensive retreat, and she came in and gave a wonderful lecture. So yeah, it's been great too.
Amazing. I know it's really fulfilling when you have when you see the progress and growth of your students, and
Yeah.
you feel so proud of them. And
Yeah.
I've been following Badriya too, and I've seen her from her competition days to what she is today, and I was like, oh my God, she has been really inspiring. Her journey is really inspiring too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, and I still remember when I first met you. I think it was in Italy, in 2013-ish. I
In
was
Venice, was it in Venice, Italy?
it was in Bari, I think,
In Bar,
Mazagat.
that's right. Yeah. Oh
Yes,
God, I miss
yes.
that place. I love that.
Uh,
I love them.
the first workshop and the last workshop of the festival, it was yours,
Yeah.
and I took part in it. I was literally afraid to step into your class. I was, is Jelina's workshop? Is Jelina's workshop? Should I go? Should I not? I was just watching from the door, and I was like, I think I just want to watch for a few minutes, and then, calm myself down, and then I will enter. So I was so excited, and I think I also saw you kind of jump into one of the workshops, I think by Yusri Sharif, and I was like, oh my God, Jelina's also learning,
Yeah.
like just like the rest of us, and I was so inspired by it. I was like, uh, I think the learning never stops, and
That's right.
yeah, even someone like you is constantly keen on seeing what master teachers like you, Sri Sharif and Tito and all have to offer.
You know, I think
So,
that's an important lesson that I also want
yeah,
to share with the next generation of teachers is myself. You can say I'm successful or I've done things, but honestly, the learning, it's like an onion. You keep discovering something new, and
right,
it's really important to keep learning and growing. And even you learn you learn as a teacher how to teach. Sometimes you might discover something that a teacher does that you like or that you don't like, and you realize, oh, you know, the volume of the music is really important when you're being the student. Like remember I said about the details? Like
yes,
all of those details, you have to keep learning them and applying them. And the other
right,
thing is, like, I got to take my ego out. You know,
of course,
it's part of that. So when the students see me, like when you saw me in the class, it's like I'm just one of the students as well, and I've got to take my ego out, and I'm going to be doing mistakes. I'm going to be stumbling forward and doing my mistakes as I'm learning. But I think that by me showing up in the class is also part of the lesson as a
right,
teacher. That you saw me like, oh yeah, we're supposed to continue to study, and I
that's
think
right,
that's an important thing that dancers we need to get rid of the ego, and we need to think
right.
about the big picture about growing
So true.
and growth mindset.
Yeah, I think um, I've read it somewhere that the death of a dancer is when they think they know it all, or when they think that they don't have anything more to study. But
Yeah.
I think it's constant evolution, and that's your motto, I think. Mr. Belly
Evolution.
Dance
Exactly.
Evolution, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, amazing. That's
absolutely.
amazing. That's a great lesson for us, for all the generations to come after us. And on that thought, I would like to also ask you, since you've been mentioning about dancers in India, what are your thoughts about bringing BDE to India? I know in India, belly dance is not as old as it is in some of the other countries. So I'm not sure if we're there yet, if we have the standard, if we have the audience, the target audience for us to bring BDE to India. But maybe 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. I don't know how long this is going to take. But if you've ever thought about bringing it to India, of course you've traveled in all the continents. So many different countries that you've been a part of. And I would personally love to invite you to India and collaborate in uh, maybe organizing it or something
Yeah,
together.
I've traveled all over the world, Europe, Asia, Latin America, and it's each location has a unique flavor.
Right.
Each location has their strengths, each and also their weaknesses. So it's really about kind of educating and bringing my programs there. So that's
Hmm.
part of the reason why I designed the Jelena BD Experience. So I have the
Okay.
BDE, Belly Dance Evolution, then I have the BD Experience. And the
Right.
BD Experience is, we're doing the Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
And with this production, it's sort of like Belly Dance Evolution is the highest, most top level professional, and then the Wizard of Oz, the current production for the Wizard of Oz, the Experience, is sort of like intermediate to professional. So I've
Oh,
designed a program because I had so much interest, and I had hundreds, if not thousands, of dancers auditioning, and not getting into the show because it's a really high
mm,
level. But I thought, well, why don't I create a production specifically to that dancer that needs that experience? Because you can't go from advanced dancer to suddenly being top professional and being a star in the show. Like there's got to
right.
be these steps, incremental
Yes.
steps. So
Right.
together with my team, I have an amazing team. I got to give them a shout out. Like I don't do this work alone. So my team, we produce this amazing show, The Wizard of Oz, and it's really, again, storytelling,
Right.
production, training, and there's also lead opportunities. So instead of like myself doing the lead parts, I would give like the top stars in that area. So we've done it. It's been really well received, and it's really interesting. So we could discuss different projects, maybe
Right.
starting out with like the Wizard of Oz, and then the next year we do the Jungle Book, so that the dancers really
Absolutely.
get the training.
Right.
Because it's honestly, the casting is the hardest part for me.
Right.
It's one of the most stressful things, believe it or not, because I've got these hundreds of dancers, and I have to choose quality, integrity of movement, the training. I also, a lot of the dancers, I know them personally, so I'm emotionally invested.
Right.
And I also need to level up the show. I want to care about the reputation of the show. So the casting process is very stressful for me. So again, I do it with my team because it's just too much for me to take on. But it's a wonderful experience, and I think the thing that speaks volumes of it that I'm most proud of is the dancers keep returning over and over and over. No matter how many times they've done the show, they come back, they do it again, they
Mm,
bring their friends, and that's the best compliment, if you will.
that's great. I think it's a um, very unique idea to provide to be the intermediate, provide
Who
an
is this? Marina,
intermediate show.
Marina wants to. Is this Marina?
Yeah,
Maria?
yeah, she's from Mexico. Mariela,
Yeah,
actually.
Maria. Yeah,
Uh,
she wants to audition. Yes, come do it. Come
she's
do
going to be
it.
a part of the workshop this Sunday too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Aphrodisiac is here. Hello, hello. Hi, guys. Sorry, we haven't even said hello to our fans out
Oh,
there.
I
Hi,
know. I'm
guys.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. I guess it's the nervousness. I just
Yeah,
keep.
we're deep. We're deep into it. Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, I was saying, I think that's a very interesting course that you mentioned. I would like to tell everybody, if they're interested in this program, they should check out bellydanceevolution.com. It's called Belly Dance Evolution Experience. Am I
So
right?
the BDE experience.
The BDE
Yeah,
experience. Yes,
Jelena's
yes.
BDE
I think
experience. Yeah.
I think we should take those lessons for a while before you arrive in India. And I think by the time by the time you're here and we decide to do something big, then we should be at par with your expectations. So I hope we can.
Yeah, and now with this the new pandemic, the new situation, it's shifted everything around the globe. I think
Right.
you know, there's positive things and there's negative things.
Right.
We're all adapting to this new situation.
Mm-hmm.
We're mourning the loss of that life. I'm embracing this new situation and new opportunities, like the opportunity for us to connect and do a workshop together. That may have never happened before without this situation. So, you know, as I'm creating my online training programs and my online courses and my school, I'm really excited because I'm going to be able to share my teachings and my knowledge and this 30 years of experience with dancers from all over the globe, and they're easy to access now instead of taking
Absolutely.
a flight and, you know, traveling around. So yeah, it's
Absolutely.
been an interesting transition for all of us.
Right. I was actually planning to bring you down for one of my festivals, but I was so nervous. I remember asking someone,
Why are you so nervous with me, Payal? Now
I
that
don't
you met
know,
me,
I
come
don't know,
on.
because you are such a huge inspiration for me. You know, a lot of times I see a lot of the qualities that I have, I see them in you, and I'm like, okay, if this is what do you think Jelena is gonna do? And you know, what do you think Jelena is gonna do with this and that? So I feel like there's a lot of similarities between me and you. So it's makes me all the more, more nervous. And I asked one of them, do you think Jelena will come to India? Do you think, I don't know, is she going to agree? Is she not? So, but I really didn't want to give up. So I thought, okay, at least let me ask her for these workshops. So I'm so glad that we're at least doing these workshops together.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's um, honestly something really exciting for me is that this Zoom is really nice because it's intimate, it's interactive.
Hmm.
So I think it'll be a nice opportunity for me to share what I'm passionate about, and also to see the dancers and see see your group.
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I
And
also
also
want to
I just
point
want to
out,
say I'm going to join the Zoom room about at least 15 minutes early.
right,
So I'll be there available to the students if they want to ask questions or they want to meet
right.
me, or just like, you know, I don't like to just like jump in. You know me, I'm a
Hmm.
little bit more like I want to kind of like get to know everyone a little bit. So if anybody has time, I know it's going to be early morning for you guys. So
Yeah,
um,
about
but I'll be
uh,
there. I'll be having my coffee, you know, because it'll be late at night for me. Not so late, but
okay. No, but I'm prepping
yeah. So
everybody
join in.
to, yeah, I'm prepping everybody actually to wake up on an early Sunday morning. It's just one day anyway. They can
Come on,
manage
let's do
to,
it. Yeah, you
yeah,
won't regret it. Trust me, you won't regret it.
absolutely, absolutely. And the best part is that uh, with your kind of teaching experience, I think it caters to all styles or all genres of dancers within the community, because in India we do have Oriental dancers and tribal fusion dancers and just the
Yeah,
fusion dancers, but I think we're all coming together for this workshop, and I think that also shows in your in your productions that you amalgamate all these wonderful uh, individual styles, and everybody has their space. Every genre is highlighted,
right.
and the way it all fuses together is just amazing. So
You
I
know,
think
I that's something about my teaching. Like I have my productions. It's very theatrical, and I'm using like, you know, pure Egyptian style, totally
mhm,
fusion, tribal fusion, and mixed in with storytelling. So now with these workshops, I'm able to really be specific about things. And I think,
uh-huh,
honestly, good technique is good technique, and you can use it anywhere. So if you've
absolutely.
got, you know, I think it's really important to just come back to that. Remember, not, I think what I've loved over the last couple of years in the belly dance community is dancers are cross training. And also when they come and audition for me, you know, I have like the fusion track and the oriental track. So
Mm,
I love it. I absolutely love it. Just as a tip, guys, I love it when dancers apply for both, because it shows me one that
right.
they're versatile, two that they're hungry for it. They want to do all of it. They're excited. They're passionate. So I think training in all the styles is really important. I go to tribal fusion classes too. You
Right.
probably won't see me perform a lot of tribal fusion, but I love it, and I love to educate myself in those things because I think it helps me to be a better director and a better choreographer, to just have
Absolutely.
having more tools. You know, if you're going to make a painting, you want to have a lot of colors to paint with. If you only have
Right.
5 colors, how rich is that painting going to be? So if you've
Absolutely.
got like every shade of green, you're going to have a lot of variety in your creations. So I just want to encourage dancers, show up to things that you wouldn't normally show up to. You know,
Right.
expect to learn something. You can always learn something.
That's
Yeah.
so true. That's so true.
Yeah,
In
right?
fact, that was my next question. I was going to ask you how important it is to cross train and what are some that you have tried and trained yourself in apart from belly dancing, of course, there's
I
hip
think
hop, but
cross training is so important. So, one, let's talk about cross training for dance and cross training for physical, for the
right.
physical body. So, cross training for dance is very important. I think it's going to give you tools. For example, taking ballet or contemporary really helps with placement of your arms, having
Hmm.
awareness, helps with the turns, helps with giving you like a strong foundation.
True.
And then you take all this dance technique. Then if you want to go like outside the box, you can take flamenco classes. You can take, you know, classical Indian. There's so many Indian styles of dance. Obviously,
Right.
your
Right.
your category there,
Yeah.
and you know other dance forms because it gives you like a little bit of like an awareness, that body awareness.
Right.
And I think it's important to find a balance of it because if you really want to be great at something, you've got to focus the majority of your energy there. That's important. I
Right.
think when I first started, I was trying to do everything. I was a hip hop dancer. I was a belly dancer. You know, I was doing flamenco. I was trying to do everything, and I was never getting great at it. So I
Right.
decided to let everything calm down, focus on my Egyptian style, go to Egypt, master my craft,
Hmm.
and then still keep training outside. And it, you know, I become versatile, and then I get ideas and I get inspired by other other art forms. So I think it's really important to be open. You as a teacher, the teachers who are watching us, is
Right.
being a student is such a valuable tool. Being a
Absolutely.
student is such a valuable tool because it gives you the perspective of that sensation of being uncomfortable, not understanding the step, you know, being the worst one in the class, you know, that's pretty uncomfortable, you know. So it's important to understand that feeling. So when you're looking at the student, you see somebody struggling, you have empathy, you have compassion. You know, you can just give her a couple of words of encouragement, like, "You're not alone. I was also the worst person in class," which I
Absolutely.
was. So I think that's important, having that perspective. It gives
Right.
you empathy as an instructor. Now, the physical training, so as a dancer, as I find myself, as my body is aging,
Okay.
I've got to really work on this is my canvas. This is my tool. My body is my tool. So
Right.
I need to do yoga for flexibility. I want to do weight training for strength and power,
Hmm.
like lifting weights. I want to do Pilates. I've got to do cardio, get on a bike and go spinning, in addition to the dancing, because that's going to make me a stronger athlete. Like if you look at the top professional Olympic gold medal champions of basketball, tennis, they're not just playing tennis all day long. They go into the
Hmm.
gym and they do all kinds of training
Of
to
course.
really to build up their physicality and their strength. And that was something I watch a lot of documentaries about athletes, and I get inspired by those things. So, you know,
Amazing.
building that, yeah,
That's so important. I think that that's something that we should all remember because I think it kind of increases your longevity as a dancer and it gives you a lot more stamina and motivation to,
absolutely,
you know, use the benefits of one thing into the other. So
absolutely.
I think it's really great. I just want to say hi. I think Badriya just joined us. So
Is
hey,
Badria here?
Badriya. Yeah.
Hi,
Yeah,
hi,
she
hi,
just said
guys.
hello and hello Devapriya and a couple of I think someone's from Venezuela as well. Hey,
Hello
I'm
from
so
Venezuela.
happy.
Hola, chicos. CrossFit. Yes. Somebody says yes for the CrossFit. Telefónica. Yeah. Oh, I see. Guys, if
And
you have
then,
any questions, let us know.
yeah,
Hello,
and there's
Cornelia. Here's Badria.
Camila.
Yes.
Yes.
Badria, I don't know if you heard me. I was talking about you, so your ears were burning. That's probably why you jumped in. So you can come back. The live will be up for 24 hours, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna save
Yeah.
it in my IGTV also, so they can watch
Yeah.
it anytime. Yeah. Yay! I'm so glad everybody's here. Thank you so much. Awesome.
Yeah.
And from Argentina and Venezuela. Yay! Thank you so
All
much.
right. Gisela. Hola, chicos. Yeah, I work a lot in Latin America, and it's such a popular art form there. It's been really, really. Damini's here. Hi, guys.
Yeah,
Can't wait to
Damini
see you
and
on Sunday. Well, it'll be no, yeah, Sunday morning for you,
but
Saturday night for
Saturday
me.
night for you. Yes.
Yeah, I'm so nervous about missing the time. By the way, you don't know how many times I check the clock because I'm afraid I'm going to show up and it's going to be finished or it's going to be late and yeah.
Yeah, actually, because of the pandemic and all the organization of the workshops from different teachers, I think I've downloaded like the entire um world clock and the time zone. So I'm most of the time I'm calculating the times in different countries. So
Shandini's here. Sure.
Chandini, yes, Chandini is here and she's
Shanjini. Hi, hi. We're going to see you
gonna
on
be a part
Sunday.
of the workshop
So
too.
something interesting that has been that happened in the pandemic, and I think you might have been a part of my Together We Move
Mm-hmm.
program, where in the beginning of the pandemic, I started a program. I was creating class content specifically for the schools and teachers around the globe because everybody was just closed their studios and their
Studios.
schools overnight. Like in one day they had a big school going and the next day they had nothing. And it was
Oh,
devastating for the dance community. And I just, I have a huge dance studio. I have a really weird setup because I have a huge dance studio, but I almost don't teach there. My
oh,
school is on tour, my Belly Dance Evolution School, my Jelena Experience School, the BD Experience. So my school travels around and I do occasional workshops and retreats here. So when I saw that
right,
happening around the globe, it was really devastating, and I'm really worried about the dance community. So I
yeah,
created these classes. You had to fill out an application. It was hard because a lot of my fans wanted classes from me, these free classes, but
right,
I had to say no because I wanted the students to attend the schools in their community and to
right,
pay for those classes so those teachers can pay their rent and pay their bills and pay for food and moms and all of those things that we don't think about. The arts really support that. So a
that's
lot of
true.
my friends live from dance. They make a living from it, teaching,
Right.
performing, and all of those things. So, and as I've sort of evolved, I finished those 8 weeks of classes that I donated, and I've been evolving with my tutorials for the teachers, helping them come up with content week after week during these stressful times, and providing these programs and tutorials. And it's been really a gift for me because the act of giving has inspired me. I got pretty down at the beginning of this.
Right.
I canceled like 10 countries.
Oh my God.
I closed my studio, like everything just stopped. So,
Right.
I hit the wall, but the best, most inspiring thing is when I showed up for the others, and that kept me
Right.
going. So thank you guys for asking for the content and showing up for me and being excited about it. Honestly, it was really the best gift I could have ever received. So thank you
I
guys.
think, I mean, that's the reason why you're so inspiring, Jelena. You're actually one step ahead. You think about uh, an aspect that nobody else has probably thought about earlier, or you think about how to help people and get everybody together and do things together, and that's something that everybody can be grateful about and benefit from. So thank you so much for doing that.
You're welcome. I think
Uh,
we have some questions here.
yeah, we have a
Uh,
question from Damini. She says, as a professional, how can one keep a balance between progress as a dancer and progress of our community and students? How do you pay attention to Jelena and her project slash shows?
Honestly, that's a great question. It was a lesson I had to learn the hard way, to be honest, is you know, going and going and going and not taking time for myself to recover, you know, I got sick. I had to step away from the dance for a few minutes. Like it hit me physically pretty hard. So that was a huge lesson. And I just want to share that, the importance of balance. And how to do that, honestly, you put it in the schedule. You make appointments all day for your students, for others, for this, for that. You've got a schedule to teach. How about a schedule to recover? So from 5 to 8 is classes for others. And then from 8 to 9 is yoga and meditation for you, that you are the student, that you get to go get recovered. You go to get a massage. To be on the receiving end is the most valuable thing, is you can be receiving from others. And honestly, just by being a student and massage, I'm a huge fan of massage.
Oh,
Like,
same here.
right? I just
Absolutely.
like, so
Absolutely.
put it, Damini, just put it in the calendar. You put everybody else in the calendar, you got to put yourself in the calendar. I think that's going to serve you really, really well. And it was, like I said, it was a lesson that I had to learn.
I'm gonna do that right away too. It's so important the way you said it. I mean, sometimes we just keep neglecting that side of us, which really needs our attention, and then it comes in a different way and pinches us, and that's when we realize, oh, I should have done that, and I should have taken care of myself, and you know, I should have catered to that desire, that side of me. And I think I have also, in the recent years, I've learned the similar lesson where I was meant to look inside and, you know, reflect upon myself and take some time out to do some soul searching. So I realized then that, okay, this is where I went wrong, and it's important to actually dedicate some time for yourself as well.
Right. And I was listening to this podcast recently, and they were talking about taking time off, taking a step away, having a recovery day. And honestly, if you don't do it, you're kind of being selfish to your students, because you're not going to be the best version of yourself. You're not going to be giving your best work. You're just going to be running on this like tireless loop. So when you step away and you recover and you come back, you're going to be of better service. You're going to be able to bring more value, bring more service to others. And that's really thinking about the big picture. Now, sometimes we have to think about our motivation, and you're tired, you're kind of going along, and you've got that schedule, like from 5 to 8 is teaching time, is, you know, performance time, whatever that is, when you've got to dedicate it. Sometimes it's hard to show up in those moments, and you've got burnout. And one of the tools, or I would, like a suggestion, what I would say is think about your why. Why do you do it? Is it just because you have to be at the studio and show up at 5 o'clock? It's the big picture. Take a step back and think about the big pictures, because I think about, I want to share my gift. I want to be a part of someone's dance journey. Someone like Badriya. I want to show up for those dancers, and I want to create and be a part and give impact for the next generation of dancers. That is where I can be of service. So I think about the why, like the big picture. And that helps me get excited to show up for that 1 hour, for that one class, for that one student. And sometimes it kind of feels like that. But take a step back and think about your why. Why are you doing it? What's the big purpose here?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I couldn't agree with you more. Thank you so much for actually reinforcing that statement and emphasizing on that. That really helps us keep this thing in mind. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's good to keep that perspective, especially during this quarantine. It's a very unusual time, and we feel like, you know, every country is happening a little bit different, or experiencing a different thing. Like Europe, they're starting to come out of it. Where in America, we're getting even locked down. Australia, they have a curfew. In Melbourne, they have a curfew right now. They can't go out of their house at 8 o'clock at night. So we're almost in this, like, it feels like a race, like a slow motion race to record videos, to do all of these online programs and race. Run your own race. Don't worry about what others are doing. Just find your own race and find your pace, because guess what? We're all going online. You know what? Don't
Yep.
get insecure about it. I did. I had to get over it. I had to keep moving forward and just think about, no, I have a lot of things I want to share. I'm not
Yep.
done. I've got 30
Right.
years of experience I want to share. Don't let yourself get in your own head. Run your own race and know that you have something of value to share.
Right.
You know, there's 6 billion people in the world, 3 billion of them are online. Guess what? There's plenty for
Uh,
everybody.
right. Thank. It's amazing. Thank you. I think we have another question by Devapriya. She says, Jelena, the dance production you have created has brought the storytelling part of the dance style. It is amazing how that you see on Broadway via belly dance. What was your inspiration behind creating Belly Dance Evolution? So
Yeah, it was
Devapriya is
just like
actually,
the next chapter for me, Belly Dance Evolution. We talked about that a little bit earlier, but let me
yeah,
just kind of evolve forward. So I've done my first production was Immortal Desires, was an original story written. Then we did Dark Side of the Crown, another original story. Then we did Alice in Wonderland, which was really like a fun, kind of very creative project to do. So much
right,
fun. Then we did Phantasm, which was inspired by A Thousand and One Nights. So I didn't
right.
want to do like the classic, Scheherazade thing. So I collaborated with a woman in Morocco, Dalal, and we
Mm-hmm.
produced. She was a producer. I was artistic director, main choreographer for Shahrazade's Journey, and we worked with classic ballet dancers, and I did all the Oriental choreography. And we
Wow.
also worked with classical music, well, a 100-piece orchestra. It was really one of the highlights of my career, seriously. And
Wow.
it was such a magical experience to create, like mixing Western music, classical Western music with an orchestra, classical Arabic music, classical ballet dance, and of course Oriental dance. So bringing that
Oh
story
my God.
together was just a magical experience. Then I sort of transitioned from that and created sort of the belly dance evolution version of that, and that's why I called it Phantasm, because I wanted that to be a little bit different. And the first project was with Dalal, and then this project of belly dance evolution, Phantasm, was a little bit different. And then just a few months ago in March, when all of the pandemic happened, I did Jungle Book, and I was really excited about that. And I feel like it's the best work I've ever done. I took, almost a year to create this show. I worked with the top choreographers, a top collaborate. We collaborated to create something totally unique. And, getting in touch with nature. And part of my inspiration, sorry, I know it's a long answer to a question, but the inspiration is that people ask me, why did you choose Jungle Book? And honestly, with all the things that are happening in the environment, with the global warming
Hmm.
and these type of subjects being very current, and something that I'm personally very worried about and I want to be active about, I just wanted to get that connection with nature. And Jungle Book felt like the perfect opportunity for that, man versus nature and that type of
Right.
thing. So yeah, so that was my inspiration, and I can't wait to do that show again. It was
Amazing.
really a magical experience.
And it's interesting, I think, the fact that you find inspiration outside of the belly dance genre, and then you absorb from that and put it in the belly dance perspective and showcase it through that. This is something, it's like a work of a genius. So you really are a genius, Julina. It's
Oh, thank
something
you.
that you think about. For example, you look at a painting and then you want to interpret what that painting means through belly dancing. This is um, something very difficult to do, but yep, I think. Are you there, Julina? I think. Hello.
Hi, we got cut. I didn't hear anything.
Oh, okay. No, I stopped talking, so it's okay. Okay. Um, All right, yeah, she is the Mariah Carey and Michael Jackson of belly dance. So true. Thank you so much for saying that. And yep, thank you guys so much for all your comments and your questions. It really really appreciate it. I think Jelina's just got cut off, but we're gonna have her right back in. Um, obviously, technology has to fail us at some point of time. Thank you, Devapriya. Thank you so much for watching. Jelina's just gonna be back in a minute. So, yeah, Mariella, I was gonna tell Jelina about the story of the time zone. That you had actually woke up at what, 3 in the night to do the workshop, and then you woke up again at 5 in the morning to do the workshop. So thank you so much. Yay! Hi, Arpita. Thank you so much. You know how nervous I am, Arpita. Hey, Shruti. Wow, so good to see you. Okay, Jelina's here, so let me let's wait for Jelina to send me a request. I can't believe it. I mean, there's so many of you joining from so many different parts of the world. Yeah, I love the Jelena and mom videos. Oh my God, so true. I love it too. Um, both Jelena and her mother are absolutely inspirational. Like, I would want to be as active as her mother as, and I mean, at that age. So, okay. Hey, Jelena, we're just waiting for you. Uh, Yep. Jelena, I always say that for future belly dance historians, Jelena will stand next to Badia Masabni with her contributions to evolution of belly dance. Absolutely. Amen to that, Badria. I completely agree with you. Um, it's okay. Yeah, I think. Oh,
I'm
yay.
back. Hi.
Yeah, so I was just going through a couple of questions, and we have a lot of them who are appreciating the interview that had going so far. And yeah, I think Badria said something I'd like to let you know. She says that I always say that for future belly dance historians, Jelena will stand next to Badia Masabni with her contributions to evolution of belly dance. And I said I totally agree with you, Badria. We all agree with you. It's so true. It's so true what she said. Uh,
Wow, that's, I just, she always makes me emotional, really. I mean, honestly, I keep doing what I'm doing because I love it. I just, like every dancer here behind the screen or wherever you are, the baby student, the teacher for 40 years, whoever you are, we just do it because we love it. We just keep showing up, and that connection, the human connection that we've created through dance, the love of that. Honestly, that's why I keep doing it. And these steps and these evolution has just been just such a gift. And I don't do it alone. And I just want to say I'm so grateful for all of the dancers I've worked with over the years. My Belly Dance Evolution team, the dancers from around the globe, and now my new chapter here in India. I'm very excited
ah,
to work with you guys, and like, let's go, let's do this. We can take
absolutely.
it to the next level and keep making history together.
Yep. Thank you. I'm so
Yeah.
excited. I'm so overwhelmed right now. And I also watched, I think there was this channel, I mean, there was this series of videos on BDE on YouTube where it gives us a sneak peek. And there was this video about how the family of the dancers, like even their husbands and their boyfriends, were a part of it. Like maybe someone would photograph or someone would
Right.
do the music, and your husband is obviously he's doing the music for the shows. I think
Absolutely.
it's so amazing that your life partner can also contribute to this wonderful experience in some way or the other, and it's a family thing, and it makes it all the more uh, involved. Yeah, I think everybody's
Yeah, like
involved, and
the emotional investment. I mean,
yeah,
honestly, having what a gift to have that beautiful collaboration,
yeah,
creating music and concepts together has just been such a gift, honestly. And it's
right,
just been one of my best gifts and collaborators through all these years is
right,
to have my husband Paul Dilletier write this beautiful music for my shows and to create create really that magic behind it. And
right.
the interesting thing is he does music for like film and television, like the big Hollywood blockbusters. So
Yes,
he is a great storyteller. And together with my ideas and dance and concepts, it's like it's just been it's we keep evolving with every project is
right,
a little bit different, and I just feel so blessed and grateful for that. And with that said, you know, we have, like you were saying, like behind the scenes, there's so much that goes behind the scenes. I mean, for
right.
you to be here, somebody helped you to get to that point. So I think
Absolutely.
it's so important to recognize not just our teachers and our, you know, our spouses, but, you know, our students that helped us to get here, our families,
Yep.
people who helped us along the way, who shared things like that. And also to recognize our teachers. That's something that I want to see more in belly dance. That's not something I see enough in belly dance.
Mm-hmm.
Like others, people often like have a lot of respect for their teachers and acknowledge them, you know, a lot. And here it's more like the soloist mentality.
Absolutely.
And I want to get a little bit away from that. And I just want to, you know, give a shout out to my teachers since I'm that is Sahara Saida. I would say I've had many great teachers, but she has been my mentor and what I'm my most influential teacher for me.
Wow.
And I'm so grateful for the gifts, for her example, that she sets an example how to, you know, just not just on the dance floor, but outside the dance floor, being a
Yes.
um, generous, kind, and loving
She's
teacher.
very warm as a person. I remember when I
Oh,
studied
I love her
in her
so
class.
much. Yeah.
She,
And I'm going to be doing an interview with her live on Facebook, not on Instagram, on Facebook in September. So I'll post that. So keep an eye on that. I think it's September 17th. So we're going to talk about her history, and I'm really excited
okay,
to
we're gonna
interview
save the
my
date.
mentor and share that with her. So, of
Oh,
course, like Zahra
amazing.
Zuhair and in Egypt, yeah, yeah, and Rakia Hassan and Farida Fahmi and Mahmoud Reda
Mm.
and Amir Taleb, and I mean, so many teachers that have influenced me.
Right.
It's I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for their influence, and I want to take a moment to be grateful for those teachers who took the time to spend and invested in me and saw something in me and
Right.
encouraged me.
Amazing. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Jelena. I think we've had some absolute highlights. You've spoken so many important things for us to take back from this interview, and I'm going to save this so that we can rewind and repeat and uh,
Yeah.
keep these things in our head and work on these things. Thank you so much for sharing them, Jelena. You're always an inspiration. And I'd also like to shout out to everybody who hasn't yet signed up for the workshop. We're doing the workshop on Sunday morning, Indian time at 9 a.m. And Julina's offered to open the meeting a couple of minutes before so that we can chat and interact. And yeah, and you can sign up on my website, payalsdanceacademy.com, or just get in touch with me and we'll be happy to see you soon.
Yeah, really excited to see you guys in the Zoom room. And yeah, I'll be there early if you guys have questions, or we'll just be hanging out and connecting before we get deep. We're going to be sweating.
Yeah.
So bring some
Oh,
water,
that's
bring a towel, and we're going to get to it.
thank you,
Absolutely.
thank you, thank you so much, Jelena. I totally
Wonderful
love
to see you
chatting
here,
with you.
Payal.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I'm going to sleep so well tonight. I was nervous all night yesterday, but today I'm going to be okay. Thank you.
Big hugs from
Thank you.
California.
Thank you. Thank you
Ciao.
so much. Bye bye.
Bye.
See you guys.